This unit covers the development and significance of the U.S. Constitution. Students will just have finished the unit on the Revolutionary War and will now explore the key figures, events, and documents that lay the foundation for our nation. Now let's talk about the standards that are being covered in this unit. Staying true to the values of the Common Core model, I pulled from the reading and writing domains of the English Language Arts standards. I also used the Grade 5 California Content Standards, the well-known blue book on the right side of the screen. In addition, this unit aims to reach various technology standards. In sum, by the end of the unit, the students will be able to quote accurately from the informational text, determine two or more main ideas of a text, in this case being the Articles of Confederation and the U.S. Constitution. Then they will write informative and explanatory texts. These standards will be practiced in exploring the development of the U.S. Constitution. They will list the shortcomings of the Articles of Confederation, be able to explain the significance of the Constitution, participate in an exciting lesson about the Bill of Rights, and understand American ideals such as democracy and liberty. The technology standards will provide an exciting aspect to the unit. Students will be asked to produce various projects using iPads or tablets to show their understanding of the lessons. Some of these include creating an infomercial, like the infamous Slap Chop or ShamWow commercial, in small groups, or making comic strips online. Look at what we have here. It's the evolved relative of Bloom's taxonomy, the EDUC. As credentialed teachers, I trust that we are all well aware of this guy. Level 1, recall. Level 2, skills and concepts. Level 3, strategic thinking. And last, level 4, extended thinking. This unit incorporates student activities that explore all 4 of these levels. For example, students practice level 1 of the EDUC when they are asked to create a comic strip summarizing key events and dates in the timeline of the ratification of the Constitution. Also, when they are asked to create an electronic flashcard set for the Bill of Rights. As for level 2, students are asked to create a T-chart comparing the Articles of Confederation to the U.S. Constitution, and the word compare is found right there in the level 2 portion of the chart. Moving on to level 3, students will be creating an infomercial using the camera app and a video editing program. Here, students will be developing a logical argument, persuading late-night TV viewers why they should ratify the Articles of Confederation or the Constitution for just $19.99 a month. And finally, for level 4, the students will be asked to connect their learning to the observed world. For example, on their flashcards, students will analyze and reflect on the importance of each amendment. As credentialed teachers, we are also very familiar with the multiple intelligences theory. It is so real. If anyone were to observe a classroom or even a playground for a couple of hours, it is so evident that people learn differently. Howard Gardner breaks it down into 8: logical, visual, musical, intrapersonal, kinesthetic, interpersonal, naturalistic, and linguistic, also known as verbal. This unit includes activities and aspects of the lessons that will cater to all 8 of these. For the logical learner, I provide an activity with a chart in which students are given exact directions on how to complete it. This makes sense to that type of learner. Also, I find that learning how to work with different digital tools used in making electronic flashcards or editing a video will be memorable for my logical learners. For the visual learner, there is a plethora of videos, PowerPoint presentations, images, scenes that are incorporated throughout the whole unit. For the musical learner, there are intentional times in which I will introduce music from the era, but also these learners enjoy finding patterns and can do this in the reflection activity after the mock Continental Congress meeting. For the intrapersonal learners, there are various reflection prompts embedded throughout the unit. For the kinesthetic learner, we will be participating in a mock Continental Congress meeting that involves role-playing, which will be very engaging for all students, but especially for my kinesthetic learners. Throughout the entire unit, group work and class discussions will play a vital role in the student activities. This will be beneficial and enjoyable to my interpersonal learners. For my naturalistic learner, we will use Google Earth to explore the locations in which these events in the unit of study took place. Lastly, oral presentations in the form of PowerPoints, videos, and audio recordings will be incorporated throughout the unit as well. This was created with my linguistic learners in mind. All in all, this unit greatly considers the many different intelligences presented in the class. digital age, our students and even ourselves are being exposed to an immense amount of data each day. Essentially, our world is becoming more stimulating to our senses. The rate at which information is given to us is increasing. It is important to understand this as we facilitate our classrooms. We must adjust our delivery of content in a way that is understandable and engaging to this generation of students. Don't get me wrong, I am still a big fan of paper, pencil, and circle time read-alouds. However, it is so important to incorporate technology into our classrooms because it is engaging and it helps to reinforce the skills and concepts being taught in the lessons. There is no doubt that when technology is well integrated, the lesson is enhanced and more memorable. In this unit, I use technology in the form of engaging PowerPoints with videos, images, and audio recordings to deliver the information and provoke whole class discussion. Technology helps to reach the different intelligences that exist in a classroom. Also, I use technology in my student activities. At times, the students are using iPads individually, and at other times in small collaborative groups. It helps the students to take ownership of their learning in a fun and creative way. When the students are asked to create something, like their infomercial or a comic strip, with the technology, it reinforces the skills and concepts of the lesson because they must know the content before they can create a product about it. In this unit, I mainly use various apps on the iPad or a tablet. Integrating technology in this way is a direct invitation for the students to take ownership of their learning and not just simply learn passively as the teacher lectures. Ultimately, this course has taught me the importance of student-centered learning. Our students are multifaceted. They think differently. They will have different interests. Different things will grab their attention. I learned to be intentional as I plan curriculum for my classroom full of unique individuals. As I planned this unit, I observed the value of planning a lesson that engages all intelligences. It promotes equity, but also helps to create well-rounded learners. Also, I learned that technology is very helpful in creating lesson plans that cater to different intelligences. Essentially, there is an app for everything. After this course, I feel more motivated to plan my lessons and units well to ensure the best learning experience that I can provide for my students.